Nathorix is a 23-year-old Roblox and drama YouTuber who has also gone by the names Ralenph, Scrimzox, Natigska, and Nattie Forsyth. He currently goes by the name Nattie Forsyth, but for the sake of simplicity I will be calling him Nat throughout this video. Nat is without a doubt one of the weirdest, luckiest, and most controversial YouTubers I've ever seen in any community, not just Roblox. For years, he has had extremely inappropriate interactions with minors while he was an adult that has led to him being accused of many things. To put things into perspective, Nat once described one thing he did as illegal, not predatory. So yeah, he's done some pretty bad stuff. There have been a ton of videos from both the Roblox community and the broader commentary community going over some incidents. Unfortunately, he weaseled his way around those controversies through manipulation and technicalities, which enabled him to continue on for this long. I'm not going over those cases though. Instead, I'll be sharing one that's new to most of you and another that's new to all of you. I'll be going over one case similar to one recently rediscovered and an uncovered one that incriminates him on what he has been accused of throughout the years. Before we get into them, I want to explain why it's important we go over these situations that are years old now. I'm a strong believer in people redeeming themselves and moving past their mistakes, as long as they take accountability and change. Nat has done neither of those things and continues to insist what people have said is disingenuous while sympathy baiting whenever this stuff is brought up. He has also continued doing bizarre things around minors, as this May he posted a lewd picture of himself in a 15+ femboy server he was a mod of. I have also heard claims that Nat had still been sending NSFW content to people he is fully aware are minors within the last year and a half. Also, just because Nat deleted his channel doesn't mean that this video shouldn't exist given his reputation and past behavior. He's been known to return under new aliases many times before, including Ralenph, where he pretended to not be himself. This video has also been in production since before he deleted his channel and may be the reason he deleted it in the first place. He found out I had access to one situation which he simply cannot defend, and within an hour his channel was gone. Given Nat hasn't changed his reputation of returning under new aliases, this video should most definitely exist. The first situation we'll look at is one that's somewhat similar to the sleep stream incident that was recently rediscovered and got him in a lot of trouble. The recent case brought up was Nat's sleep stream from August 24th, 2019, where he was in nothing but tight underwear and all over his then girlfriend. He publicly live streamed that on his Roblox YouTube channel, which was certainly inappropriate considering his audience was most likely mainly minors. The incident we'll be taking a look at here is another long forgotten one from January 2019, where Nat did something on a video call. He allegedly got drunk on a Discord video call and started acting up on a video chat with minors, including a 12-year-old girl watching. During that video call, he pulled down his pants and started playing with himself using a sock, as the images show. Again, this was allegedly done with minors watching, according to the information from back in the day that I have. Although his face isn't shown in any of these, you can tell it's him by the blue Hollister hoodie, which he can be seen wearing in other screenshots. Now, I wasn't there for that video call and I don't know anybody who was in it, but all signs point towards this being another example of Nat's inappropriate behavior in front of kids. This next situation is different though, and it's the incident I want to focus on the most because this is undeniable proof of what Nat has been accused of. I was recently given permission to talk about it as long as the person stays anonymous, which I and others you'll hear from will do. This happened in a Roblox YouTuber Discord I was in and still am in, and I saw all of this transpire and still have access to it. This incident involves a 14-year-old girl and Nat, who was 18 at the time and has never made it public until now out of respect for the person involved. First, I want to show y'all this because it proves Nat knew this girl's age. She mentioned it to him during a conversation and he himself said so a few months later, so the entire time he knew that she was 14 years old. Note the date on the left image as it shows that Nat knew the girl's age prior to sending the messages I'll be showing you next. Before we get into the big part, here are just some of the inappropriate messages he said to her and about her after she told him she was 14. There are lots of them, and quite clearly it's very inappropriate for an 18-year-old adult and Nat to say to a 14-year-old. This includes Nat pressuring the girl into sending a face reveal, saying she sounded like Lolly, then being upset he didn't receive nudes. He would also suggest she do adult acts upon another minor who is a male who he would often ship together. There are just so many of these disgusting messages he knowingly sent to and said about someone he knew was 14. And keep in mind, I still have access to all of it, and so do some other YouTubers. Like, we can all still see these messages Nat sent and confirm they're real. It gets worse though, because this ended up in a severe incident that I and many others can also confirm happened. On October 9th, 2018, on the same day he acknowledged this girl was 14, he did some extremely predatory and potentially illegal things. First off, he requested that the 14-year-old girl send him a reveal picture of herself, which he quickly deleted. That on its own is extremely bad, but gets worse when he said that about 20 minutes before acknowledging she was 14. He knew of her age yet said that anyway and quickly deleted it, showing he knew what he said was wrong but did it anyway. This on its own is enough to incriminate him on accusations made against him, but there's more to the situation. Shortly after, he said she sounded innocent and wanted her to say F in the voice chat. And keep in mind, he said she sounded like Lolly earlier. He began pressuring this girl into doing an ASMR session for him after she brought up the possibility of doing one. She was evidently reluctant to do the ASMR as she would just type out what Nat wanted, but Nat kept on persisting and even offered to pay for it. Eventually, she did do the ASMR in the server's voice chat, and Nat was one of the people listening to it. During the ASMR, somebody randomly moaned, and it sounded like they were pleasuring themselves to it as there was nobody talking other than the girl. This was acknowledged after the ASMR session ended, with that 14-year-old girl making a comment on it thinking it was someone else. It was only later realized that it was, in fact, clearly Nat who was moaning after people began circulating a recording of it. I have heard the clip many times, and I strongly believe Nat was legitimately pleasuring himself to this ASMR of someone he knew was 14. Judging by what I heard, I can confidently say that it was 100% Nat moaning during the ASMR session that he requested from a 14-year-old girl. Following the ASMR session, Nat did not mention ASMR or the incident again, and abruptly left the server 8 days later. In the years following, this incident would be sometimes brought up in private, always acknowledging Nat was the one moaning. I can't confirm this for certain, but I do believe I remember Nat requesting she call him senpai among other things, as this old message suggests. Unfortunately, throughout the years this audio file had been lost, and I've searched hard for it, but I can't find it, nor can anyone else. It's out there somewhere, and if I ever find it, I have permission to make it public, but while I don't have it, I can still 100% confirm it exists. But if you don't believe what I've shown and said, here are some other YouTubers from that server who can confirm the exact same things.
Hey guys, Sharkbox here. I was asked to briefly confirm a few things. Seeing as I was one of the original members in the RCC Discord server, I joined that server around the middle of 2018, so over 5 years ago now. I know, time really does fly. Anyway, while being in the server, there were a few times where the infamous YouTuber Nathorix did some pretty questionable and disgusting things, including moaning and being extremely inappropriate while in a voice chat with an underage YouTuber doing ASMR. Yeah, it really is as bad as it sounds. This Nathorix, Ralenph, Scrimzox, Natigska, Nattie Forsyth guy is one vile, manipulating scumbag who's hated and despised by almost everyone in the Roblox scene. Let's just hope he doesn't come back.
I was one of the people present in the voice call and Discord server when all of this was going on, and I can confirm that Nathorix was acting weird and moaning in the voice call during the ASMR incident. Additionally, I can also confirm that they sent some very weird messages in the Discord server in general, outside of just that incident.
When Nat found out I was planning on making a video with that ASMR incident being a part of it, he panicked because he has no defense. His excuse was that all those messages were all edited with a custom Discord client. Then, shortly after making that claim, he deleted his channel. Nathorix, Ralenph, Scrimzox, Natigska, and Nattie Forsyth, whatever you want to call him, is a disgusting and garbage human being. He has slithered his way around taking proper accountability through silly technicalities and manipulation for too long, and that's going to end. What he did to this 14-year-old shows he knew the age of this person, but that didn't stop him from being extremely inappropriate and predatory towards her. What Nat has done is both illegal and predatory, and there's no way to twist that because the proof is crystal clear. Apparently Nat does plan to return, but honestly he should not, and instead he should get off the internet, get help, and never return. Unfortunately, it already appears he has 2 new aliases, and one of them has started creating Roblox videos, which I won't reveal yet, but will be keeping an eye on. But in reality, he should not return under another unannounced and secret alias like Ralenph. He should just leave and never come back. Nathorix, also known as Nattie Forsyth, is a manipulator, a degenerate, and a predator who hopefully will never return.